All right, guys, use hashtag Cowboys to get your questions on the show. That's hashtag Cowboys. That makes it a lot easier for producer Alicia to actually find them. So again, use hashtag Cowboys. That's how we'll find them. Like Michael Caldwell did here, also brought in a super chat. What is the overall feel of this team while in camp? Do they look and feel like a Super Bowl caliber team? Well, they do look like a camp team, to be fair. But again, the expectation internally is that this team can make a Super Bowl run. So we'll see. But I think that the team does have confidence in their ability to actually go that far. So we'll see what happens, but that is the expectation and the feel internally for the Cowboys. Next up from Jesse Gutierrez, will Pollard have as much gameplay as Morris, seeing he is doing very well at camp? Preseason mentions Zeke won't step up. I think you see more Pollard in the preseason. He might even start over Alfred Morris, by the way. It only really matters, I guess, in week 3 of the preseason. But right now, I would expect that Tony Pollard, regardless of if Zeke is there or not, plays more than Alfred Morris. He offers you more in the passing game, and then if Zeke is still here, there is a role for Tony Pollard more so than Alfred Morris. DeHunter136. Why does everyone dislike Jeff Heath? Well, there are 2 schools of thought. Jeff Heath is the ultimate black and white, which isn't how it actually works in the NFL. Everyone either thinks Jeff Heath sucks, or the vast majority think he is the GOAT. Like, those are the 2 mindsets. There's really little in between there. In reality, he's a low-end starter, really more of a number 3 safety. That's a valuable role in the NFL, but he's just kind of the scapegoat because he's the obvious weak link, I think, on the Cowboys defense. All right, David, who are you hoping to hide on the practice squad? 1 or 2 of those receivers, some combination of John Vay Johnson, Davis, Guyton, and Cedric Wilson. I really want to stash Daniel Wise. I don't know if the Cowboys can. He's a DT out of Kansas that I think Dallas had a 4th-round draft grade on. So I hope that it's Daniel Wise. Either Chris Westry or Donovan Alumba as well are my top guys to hide in the practice squad. Kenny Braxton. Did we get our D-line from elementary school? Our biggest issue is our own faults. Yes, for some reason, every single year, the Cowboys have a defensive lineman that gets suspended. David Irving, Gregory, might be Tyron Crawford too. DeMarcus Lawrence had issues. Like, every year. I don't get it. It's always something. And it's almost always something different too. It's just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, Aloy Conway, as I get a sip here. Heath or Woods, which do you like more? It's a no-brainer, Xavier Woods. I think Xavier Woods is the best safety, I'd say by far, on this Cowboys team. All right, Anthony Carter, how much of an impact do you think Randall Cobb will make if he stays healthy? A lesser impact than Cole Beasley, like similar-ish numbers, but just a little bit less. That's kind of my expectation there for Randall Cobb and his impact for the Cowboys this year. All right, I botched that name there. Bada Big Head, I botched it again, I'm sorry there. I don't know why, the B's and the D's are just throwing me. I'm very sorry. Will Dak run the ball this year? I hope so. I think you see especially in the red zone, a bigger emphasis on Dak Prescott running the football, and that's a good thing for the Dallas Cowboys. So I do think you see Dak run the ball more this upcoming year. Now, today's show is brought to you by our friends over at MyBookie. Get over to chatsports.com/Cowboys and use promo code GOCowboys for a 100% deposit bonus. Bet on the Cowboys Niners preseason game, and it's bad of me to say, I'm going to bet against Dallas. Dallas, historically, not great in the preseason. Niners, they got good backup quarterbacks. It's weird. They'll be a better regular season team, but preseason-wise, I think I'm going to go with the Niners. Either way, that's chatsports.com/Cowboys, promo code GOCowboys. All right, TDC Shapeshifter. Who is starting at strong safety for week 1? Right now, it's going to be Jeff Heath. I'm disappointed by this and frankly a bit surprised, but George Iloka is having a tough time beating out Kevon Frazier. He is closer to Frazier than he is Jeff Heath. That's not good in terms of the battle of strong suits. There might not be much of a battle here in the end. Destroyer Dog, what are you worried about the Cowboys' regular season? Injury is always a big thing there. It's getting off to a slow start when Dallas cannot afford to. The early season schedule, frankly, is pretty easy. They got to start 6-2, 7-1, because the rest of season, it's tough. A lot of playoff teams down the stretch. So that's my biggest fear for the Cowboys, and of course, injuries. John Parker, how many games do you think Zeke will miss? I think it's gonna be 0. I don't think he misses any games. Of course, I thought he'd show up by now. So I don't know, but I still think it's 0 in the end. All right, Chad Hogan, are the contract negotiations that Jones offered to the top 3 void now? That they are not void. They are just simply waiting to hear back. Now, maybe they're far enough along that they are deep in depth, and they are having to take their time in terms of a response and a counteroffer, or they're just being slow for whatever reason. So the status is TBD, but they are not void at this point. So Chad, you don't have to worry about that. It's just a matter of when the two sides make further progress. So we'll see what ends up happening on that front going forward. But as of right now, there's really no major update here. Back to David here again. With so many players in the last year of the contract, we can't keep everyone. How many comp picks do you think we'll get? You are capped at the number of comp picks that you can have. But it could be any combination of a third, a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth. Like that's doable for Dallas. Maybe it's more of 2/4, a fifth, and a sixth. But they're going to get comp picks next year. They're not going to sign other players. So next year, the Cowboys will get comp picks they can use down the road. Travis Clark wondering why Robert Quinn got suspended. That happened right as we broke live on today's show. But if you missed it, we'll recap it here for you because I know that's important stuff here. Robert Quinn suspended 2 games by the NFL. He has violated the NFL's performance-enhancing drug policy. Now, per a statement from his agent, it wasn't a steroid they tested positive for. It was a masking agent that came in something he takes to counteract his seizures that he apparently suffers from. So it was not a pure PED. It was a mask agent, which you cannot take in the NFL because in most cases you take a masking agent because you're taking PEDs. So Quinn suspended 2 games by the NFL. It feels like there's not going to be an appeal here either. I'll wait to get further confirmation, but I don't think there's going to be an appeal. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, all of a sudden, their top 3 quote-unquote defensive ends, if you want to include Tyrone Crawford in that one, well, they're all out. Lawrence, hurt right now. That's not great. Robert Quinn, he's hurt and suspended. Tyrone Crawford, he's hurt. And heck, if you want to include Randy Gregory as your other top 4, they're all out right now. So that leaves Armstrong, Hyder, Charlton, Jackson, Jalen Jelks, and you know what? We can include Daniel Wise there maybe as another option because he's played some DE in camp. But for at least for the preseason, because I think Lawrence will be fine for week 1 and maybe Crawford too if he's not suspended as well. There's some competition there to make some snaps early on in the year. Marco wants to know about the panic level. For Quinn, not that much. Maybe like a 4. He is coming off the injury too, so like he's going to get more rehab time, I guess. So he's not going to rush back. But look, your first 2 weeks in terms of this scenario, Giants and Redskins. If you can't beat those teams without Quinn, you got bigger problems than Robert Quinn being suspended. So, all right, super chat from DZ Nuts. Collins and a 6th for Yeldon, or Taco and a 6th for Yeldon. I like this trade idea because it gets done from the Bills' perspective, who have TJ Yeldon right now. I am not trading Malik Collins for TJ Yeldon. I would be willing to offer 1 of Taco and a 6th for Yeldon. I don't think you need both because, frankly, Yeldon waited a while to sign. He's not that great, but if you get him for Taco, sure, you got something back. The 6th-round pick, sure, that's pretty much meaningless. So, not Collins, but the 6th or Taco, I'm actually open to that idea. Michael, I'm going to say it's Lavis Count. That's definitely not right. Lavis County? I don't know. I'm botched on Michael. I'm very sorry. Will the Cowboys be able to sign their core players on offense and defense? It depends on who you count as the core. If you include guys like Anthony Brown, Leo Collins, Malik Collins as the core, then no, they can't afford everybody. But if you don't include those guys and you focus on Byron Jones and Jalen Smith and the triplets and all of that, then yes, they can. The cap rises, there is the money available, but at some level, you will lose players. That's just how free agency works and how everything works in the NFL. All right, Eduardo on Facebook, who has a breakout year for the offense? I think Michael Gallup does. I don't know if he has like 1,000 yards or even 800 yards, but I think you see Michael Gallup have a very good year and emerges as a true number 2 wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys offense. That's my expectation here this offseason for what I think we'll get, or the season of what I think we'll get out of Michael Gallup. I don't have what I consider unrealistic expectations, but I think I have realistic there of he is going to emerge truly as a number 2 wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, guys, question for you now. What is your favorite part of the Cowboys Report? Let me know in the comments section what your favorite part is. Is it the engagement? Is it the live Q&As? The news? Let me know in the comments section. And speaking of fan stuff, I do have some shout-outs to give as well. From Dalton Hall, Nick Riley, Timothy Sweet Collin, and Clarissa Rodriguez. I appreciate it all very much. Thank you for the DMs on Twitter. Again, I'm on Twitter at WhatGoingDowny. I see some other mailbag question stuff. Ooh, I think that's not a huge surprise to me. We try to engage with you guys. It's fun for me. I like hearing your guys' questions. I like to get good ones that make me think and go, maybe I haven't thought about that before. Maybe I should go about this way. So thank you guys all very much. All right, Tasman 1503. Does Vander Esch have a more impact than last season? Ooh, God. Yes, he probably gets a little bit of an increase in snap count because Sean Lee won't play as much in place of him. So he'll have maybe a slightly bigger impact, but to be honest, he was so good last year. You can't have like a huge step forward unless he becomes the best linebacker ever. Like, it's just incremental growth now is all he needs because he's already so good. Destroyer Dog, what position do you think we still need to improve on to win this season? Does play calling count as a position? That's my single biggest fear right now. And I have optimism, but I'm not drinking it quite yet, about Kellen Moore. But I'm not, I have to see it to believe it first. Like, I'm optimistic, but we heard last year for months, Dak-friendly offense. Then we came out for the entire year, and it was the same shit. So I think it'll be more Dak-friendly this year, but I am now choosing to wait and see. Robert Soto, if Dak goes down, do we tank for Tua? I'll also throw in Justin Herbert in that discussion. If Dak goes down, you tank. It doesn't have to even be for Tua. It could be for Grant Delpit. It could be for Chase Young, a pass rusher, or a receiver in like Jerry Jeudy. If Dak goes down, I have no faith in Cooper Rush and Mike White. So at that point, yeah, I'd go ahead and just tank and evaluate from there. And then if it's a quarterback, great. If not, we'll figure it out. Anthony Carter wants to know how Amari Cooper is. He has a bruised heel. He's fine. If this was week 1 against the Giants, he'd be out there playing. But it's not. So they're not gonna rush him back because there's just no need to, quite frankly. All right, from Big Head, do you feel any better about Jason Garrett? I feel the same. He's about a league average head coach, and you're banking a lot on the coordinator, which isn't what you normally want. So I don't feel overly confident about him, but I'm not like him. I'm not saying Garrett's the worst coach ever. Like, to be honest, I was after the Titans game this year. So I am feeling lukewarm or neutral about Jason Garrett. I'm not panicking about that at any means either. Also, shout out to Skeptical Fan who mentioned the Robert Quinn suspension. Yeah, 2 games. He's not coming back, at least until after that time frame. All right, Cowboys-Niners coming up now. Week 1 of the preseason. So here's my question. Which is better, the Bay Area's In-N-Out or Texas's Whataburger? Now, I have lived in both places, so I can say with certainty It is Whataburger. It is better. In-N-Out's fries are garbage. They taste like cardboard. If the solution to making your food taste better is to go animal style and dump all this other stuff on it, that means the food's not that good. The answer is Whataburger, as I am actually getting beaten in the comments section, so that's kind of a surprise to me. Let me know in the comments, folks, what you think. Hey, Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.